Hi guys, I'm making a video now about a sentence. What is a sentence? So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to move that there. And I'm going to click here. And let's start from the beginning. So this is one of our mini grammar lessons. What's a sentence? What is a sentence, right? So what distinguishes a sentence from a word group, right? Because we can have groups of words and those groups of words are not sentences. So let's see. The parts of a sentence. Well, we got to know what the parts are. So to be considered a sentence, a word group has these three things. A sentence is a complete thought, right? So it has to be a complete thought. Now, I'll give you an example of something that's not a complete thought, excuse me. But I went to the store. Was that a complete thought? No, but I went to the store. You're wondering what I'm talking about. What came before but, right? Here's another word group that is not a sentence. So, do you mean that's it? Did that make any sense to you? Right? So that was not a complete, that sentence that I said was not a complete thought. Here's another one. Walking down the street, right? So that's not a complete thought, right? So a sentence has to be a complete thought. And how do you know if something is a complete thought? Because by itself, it makes sense. So whether it's a long sentence or a short sentence, by itself, when you take it out of wherever it is, out of its background, out of the paragraph, wherever it is, the one sentence makes sense or is a complete thought all by itself. So a sentence has a subject. So what's a subject? A subject is generally a noun or a noun phrase. And that's a noun with all the words that modify it, like the gray cup. The gray cup is a noun. It's also a subject. A cup, right, is a noun, right? It's also a subject, okay? And it has a verb. And what's a verb? A verb is an action word. So I am is a verb. The cup has water inside. Has is a verb. Popcorn is sleeping. Is the verb. Annie's barking at the mailman. Barking is a verb. Okay. So a verb is an action word and it usually comes after the noun. So it usually comes after the noun, right? So a subject is a noun generally, and a verb is an action word, okay? A verb is an action word. And a sentence has to have three things to be a sentence. It has to be a complete thought, have a subject, and a verb. Okay, so let's look. A complete thought. Making mistakes is a huge part of learning. So what's the subject there? Making mistakes. Okay, so this is an example of an ing verb, which are like wild cards. They're like joker, 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 because an ing verb can be an adjective, it can be a verb, and it can be a noun. But I know that this is a noun. How do I know? Because right here is a verb. Let's look. So what's the verb? Is. Okay, the verb is. So the complete thought is making mistakes is a huge part of learning. And the subject is making mistakes. The verb is. It is. You know what? When I was in first grade, there was this guy and he turned to me and he asked me, how do you spell is? I just thought I'd share that with you. The formula for a sentence. The sentence has a formula. Yeah, if you can remember this, for me, this helps me to remember what a sentence is. It's S plus V, subject plus verb. Nothing comes between the subject and the verb. S equals subject, V equals verb. Meditation helps Dan focus on his coursework. So the subject is meditation. The verb is helps, right? Meditation helps. Meditation helps. That could be a sentence right there. Meditation helps Dan focus on his coursework. And that's it. And that's the end of our mini grammar lesson. Mini grammar lesson, mini grammar lesson, mini grammar lesson, mini grammar lesson. Okay, just me. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.